So we're out of Greensboro, North Carolina today. I thought let's before we get going, let's pull up the update and see if we can get an idea of what updated in Xplane, this latest rendition. I could actually pull up the text file, but let's see. Xplane 12.3.0. No, excuse me, dash B4. Okay, so please read carefully. We'll get our release notes here, see if they can give us some updated things. Okay, so there is a NOTAMs on this that it is more of an unstable one, and I have experienced some of these symptoms. Upgrade notes here for beta 3. General improvements, the user's interface for setting weather and date and time, improved brightness when using external visuals, and fixed weather radar output for plugins. Fixed a crash when using the Xcraft ERJ. I haven't experienced that because I haven't been flying that one much lately. And fixed a mouse dragging on manipulating. Okay, alright. We'll just see out of the blocks just what really's changed when we fly on this one here. None of the aircraft that I usually fly are impacted by this. I'm flying the Zebo model today. So anyway, this is Greensboro. I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina airport. We're going to be flying to JFK. JFK is a Nimbus airport. I flew there last night and I crushed my front landing gear. It was stupid, just kind of a stupid. I came in too fast, too hot. It was poor planning on my part. We'll see if we can fix that. Okay, let's look at these. Okay, so it's very, very rainy here in Greensboro, and I'm looking at these particular clouds here. A lot of they're okay. A lot of movement in the clouds. I guess we'll see how it looks. We get up there. See what's way out there in the distance. Oh, just light poles. Alright. First things first. Zebo aircraft, I always go straight for the battery guard. I start alignment on. I put those to nav, or my alignment IRS is to nav, and I go straight for the APU. Okay. Right, and when the APU, when you hold down the APU for 3 seconds, you're always going to get this message here: low all pressure, and then you just click it for 3 seconds one more time, and it's going to come up. We're going to go ahead and set our strobe to, our position light to steady, collision, wing, and wheel wells are on, and our logo light. Drop the fuel pumps on the left and right sides. We should never even get to the center pumps. And I'm going ahead and set the APU bleed to down so that pressure can build up. You see a light here saying it's available.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
And ignore what I just said there. We're not about to leave. Okay. Rainy weather, so we're going to go ahead and get our window heat going.
Secured. Have a good flight.
We're not about to leave. Okay. Okay. On init ref. Let's go ahead and get the GPS left or right copied over. route for this, we're going to request our flight plan. And load it. Activate and execute. Note of that. We're going to go to airside services, load OFP. If you notice, there's not a ton of traffic here. I see an American Airlines flight there that's going out with me here, and honestly, this is how unbusy our airport is here. The airline traffic for passenger airline traffic is lighter during certain times of the day, as opposed to their freight traffic. Freight traffic's busy. In fact, that you'll see some planes taking off that are strictly freight related. In fact, it should be further down that way. Right, we're not through with the flight plan yet. Let's go ahead and look at our departure. We're going to look at our departure settings first. So we're going to be going out on the Quake 8 setting. We're coming off on 5 right. Quake 8 with transition of Rick. So Rick is our transition. And then coming in on our arrival, we're going to be going in on runway 04 right is the arrival runway, and Cameron 5, Cameron 4, and SIE. No transition. Doesn't have one I can choose, so that's fine. I'll go without it. This is trying to vector me on the initial climb. I'm going to leave that in there for now. It just has 5-4, so we're going to set our heading to 5-4.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Set that to 5-4 on our, and we're going to go ahead and bring up, I have my MSD active in front of me at hardware. We're going to turn on our flight directors and auto throttle arm. And it's going to tell me this shortly here, but our initial climb is going to be 6,000. In fact, we need to bring up, say, intentions. Okay, by the way, our flight attendant, we do have a cabin crew for this, and they'll be interacting with us. To get the passengers on, we go ahead and drop our, wrong one.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check. Welcome everyone on board on behalf of Endeavour Air, the captain and the crew on this flight to New York City. My name is Mara Meyer, and I am your purser today. Joining me in the cabin are my wonderful colleagues, First Officer Brian Song and our dedicated cabin crew members Emily, James, and Sarah. We expect our flight time to be approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes. Now I'd like to take a moment to go over some important safety information. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle.
QNH
In the
is
unlikely event of a loss of
3004.
cabin pressure, Oxygen masks will drop from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen, place it over your nose and
skid is to
mouth,
RTO.
and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. We also have life vests located under your seats. To use them, pull the vest out, slip
We
it
are
over
loaded,
your head,
by the way,
and
we're
pull the
already
straps
fully
around
loaded.
your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. In the event of an evacuation,
Our reserves
please leave
are at
all luggage on board and
1,000,
proceed to the nearest
so it's
exit.
one.
This aircraft has exits located at the front, over the wings, and at the rear.
And let's
Please
load
take a moment
our
to locate the
numbers.
nearest exit,
Okay.
which may be behind you. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight. Captain, the cabin is ready for departure.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Getting our numbers, our final. Okay, so we need to let our passengers know about that. We're flaps 5. Center of gravity is 28.4. Alright, and then I'm going to go to the next page here on the takeoff ref and runway winds. Runway winds are at coming out from 038 at 13. That's something to watch on takeoff. 13. Okay, and our flex is 5-1. Okay, then we're going to back up one, and then now if you notice over here, V speed says no V speeds.
Request taxi to runway 23 left.
V1 is loaded. Now when I hit rotate speed, no V speed goes away. See, gone. Okay.
Please repeat.
We are loaded. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well, Steve. Ready to assist with anything you need.
Can you get our IFR clearance, please?
I'll pick up our IFR clearance.
Greensboro clearance, Preacherpilot737 requesting our IFR clearance. We have Sierra.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
Okay, y'all, damper is on. And we're just going to kind of freeze frame there. I don't bring up the probes until we're fully started.
Preacherpilot737 cleared to Kennedy via the Quake 8 departure. Then as filed, climb and maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.35 squawk 4363. Expect runway 5 right.
Got it. And we're squawking 4363. Okay. Brian, it's okay to go ahead and get out. What? I take that back. Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
I'll handle the comms from here.
All right. Now, would you please get our pushback and start clearance?
I'll request pushback clearance now.
Greensboro ground, Preacherpilot737 requesting pushback and start clearance. We have Sierra.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Preacherpilot737, pushback and start approved, tail northwest.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right. And by the way, once we get, we're cruising, once we're up at cruise altitude, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Because the virtual AI cabin crew give me doesn't seem to just quench my caffeinated thirst. Good afternoon.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Okay, good deal. So this flight, we're going to be flying into, like I say, a Nimbus JFK airport. It really is nice. It's really a nice airport. One thing I didn't do earlier, sit there running my jaws. So
Welcome aboard,
147.
Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
147 needs to be
Here
right
comes
here.
the pushback. Light them up.
Okay, let's go ahead and go for engine 2 start. Engine 2, and we'll monitor the. Don't do that. Need that on about 4.5. We're watching for 2.5 right there. Or close. 2.3, 2.4, 2.4, 2.5. There we go. Insert fuel. And shout out to Bravo 737 and the nicest looking livery I've ever had here from Tony at Bravo 737. If you have any need of custom liveries, you can find his link on the message section of this channel. I don't like the little crisp, the cuts and the clouds there. I'm not sure what's up with that.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking
Still
brake.
looks good. I mean, it's still it looks really good, but I don't know what's going on there. Right, brakes on.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Engine 1 start. Watching for 25-ish. 25-ish, 24, 25. We'll insert fuel. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. Okay.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Alright, both engines are up, and we'll walk through, make sure all the right switches are flicked. Okay, we're running with yaw damper on. We need engine buses activated. That means we no longer need the APU. We're going to take it down. We're going to turn on our runway lights and our taxi lights. Position light goes to strobe. We can now turn on the probes. Packs are auto and isolation valve is auto and bleed goes off. Landing altitude, by the way, when we get there is going to be about 0. It's about 26 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and set that, leave that down. We're currently at about 800 feet. Okay. And engines are going to go to continuous for takeoff. Alright. Down low here, our flaps are going to be set to 5. That's 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. And our anti-skid is already set to RTO, so we're set there, and it looks like we're ready for taxi. Okay, checklist complete. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here. Skedaddle. Brian, would you please get our taxi clearance for runway 05 right? We're ready.
I'll get our taxi clearance for runway 5 right.
That is Say Intentions doing the work for us.
Greensboro ground, Preacherpilot737, ready to taxi to runway 5 right. We have Sierra.
Preacherpilot737, runway 5 right, taxi via Juliet 2, Kilo, cross runway 14, then Alpha.
Runway 5 right, Juliet 2, Kilo, cross runway 14, then Alpha. Preacherpilot737.
I would like to say that Piedmont Triad International Airport is busier than what it kind of depicts here, and I do admit I did have it set to a kind of a slightly, I use Traffic Global, so we got Traffic Global aircraft on the path, but I did set it a little lower. Had issues earlier once I'd upgraded to 12.3 and kind of bumped out on me, so I kind of cut it back. Alright, so welcome to Greensboro Piedmont Triad International Airport, where our primary flights that you'll see coming out of here are FedEx and DHL. You'll see a lot of FedEx DHL traffic. You'll see some Delta flights and some American Airlines and Frontier fly out of here. I'm trying to think what other airlines. We have some other smaller carriers, but it's a great airport though. It's got two primary runways, but then it's got runway 33 that we're actually going toward right now. We'll cross it on the way. There's another runway all the way over here on this side here, that's runway 23 right and 5 left. So we're going toward 5 right, which that's 5 right down here. 33 is right here. Some of my friends, I'm an old Greensboro cop, so I had something worked out here after they retired. It's a nice airport though. We're getting ready to cross over. I'm sorry, I said 33, 32. Weather here is a little bit rainy.
Zulu Bravo 738, Piedmont Triad INTL ground. Wind 036 at 17 knots. Active departure runway 05R.
Alright, we're going to stop here 5 right and prep and just make sure we're good to go. Alright, let's get the brake on. Alright, so let's reset our chronometers. Landing lights are now on and taxi light is off. And runway lights are off, so we're just on landing lights now. That is, I love this livery. So Tony from Bravo 737 did this one for me, and the detail he put in it, including my life verse is James 1234. It's a tattoo on my arm also. I'm an ex-cop, so he even put the blue on there. And this is the Carolina Clipper that you're flying on today. Welcome aboard. Brian? Can you get our departure clearance? We're ready for departure on 05 right.
I'll get our departure clearance.
One last check of our FMS, our legs here. See, we got a vector
Greensboro
going out.
Tower, Preacherpilot737 holding short of
Feedback
runway
going
5
there.
right, ready to depart.
And then GSO, and we're on our way.
Preacherpilot737, Greensboro Tower, runway 5 right, wind 030 at 13, gusting 19er. RNAV Greensboro, cleared for takeoff.
We're going to pay attention to those winds because he said we're gusting up to 19
Runway 5 right,
knots.
RNAV GSO, cleared for takeoff. Preacherpilot737.
Pay attention to that. There we go. Brakes off. The one thing I wish Zebo would go back and do is do pop-outs. You know what I mean? The where I could pop out my horizon and my map. It's the only thing I wish they would do. Okay? Why'd the lights just go off? You see that? Lights just went off. Okay. Alright, we're looking good on our, and we're gonna go ahead and do N1. Front pressure on yoke. Little right rudder, keep things straight. A little heavy right rudder, that's from the winds.
E1, rotate.
Rotating. Nice smooth rotation.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Alright, flaps are still active right now. We'll get to that.
Preacherpilot737, contact departure on 124.35.
Flaps retracted.
Contacting departure on 124.35.
Gear off. LNAV.
Preacherpilot737.
Command A. We're currently flying straight. We're flying runway heading, but we're about to make a change here.
Greensboro departure, Preacherpilot737. Good afternoon. We're climbing test 1500.
Preacherpilot737, Greensboro departure, radar contact to climb and maintain flight level 260, direct Genie.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, direct Genie.
Got direct Genie.
737.
260. Nothing really to see out here right now because it's we're in low visibility clouds. Okay, and for anti-skid, goes to off. Landing gear is off. Flaps are retracted. Checklist complete. We're monitoring now. Our next big thing is at 10,000. We will take down our landing lights. And it's looking really really fool you. By the way, when you're up at this altitude and you look out, you can't really tell where your horizon is, which is why you have to trust this right here. Trust your instruments. Okay, and we just hit 10,000 now. Landing lights are off, and engine are off continuous back to
Dear guests,
off, and
we are now
wheel
at
well
a
lights
safe
off.
altitude, and you are welcome to use your electronic devices. The lavatories are available, and our cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your attention.
Good job. Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. However, for own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any
Preacherpilot 737, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290. Preacherpilot 737.
And right, that looks good. We're going to go ahead and look at our approach reference numbers. Looks like we'll be going in on runway 04 right. See here, making sure I get this right. And we're coming in on Cameron 5. And that would put us on a course heading of 044. I'm looking for that. 10950 044. So we're going to change our course directors to that setting. So next time they'll be needed. So the minute you hit approach, it doesn't wander away. Anybody ever had that happen to them? I've had, when I was first learning how to do this, they used to drive me up the wall. They didn't know what was wrong. And took a lot of learning, big learning curve. Okay, and 10950. Right, 10950 is on the standby mode. I'm not moving that over yet. Okay. Just so you know, we're not far out of JFK. I mean, coming out of Greensboro, we're not that far out. We are 371 miles.
Preacherpilot 737, contact Atlanta Center on 124.425.
Switching to Atlanta Center on 124.425. Preacherpilot 737. Greensboro departure, Preacherpilot 737. Good afternoon, climbing through 17,000 for flight level 290. Atlanta Center, Preacherpilot 737. Good afternoon, climbing through 17,000 for flight level 290. Pilot 737. Good afternoon, climbing through 17,000 for flight level 290.
Preacherpilot 737, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Preacherpilot 737, Atlanta Center. Good afternoon, altimeter 29908.
First of all, yeah, get that going. 29908. There. Okay, good.
Preacherpilot 737, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350. Preacherpilot 737.
I guess technically I could have just gone ahead and had it set on 350 because we seem to be always a little bit behind, but it's not the right way, I guess. And we've only been in the air for 10 minutes. Right, we've been able to stay a couple of steps ahead so far.
Preacherpilot 737, contact Washington Center on 124.05.
Good.
Switching to Washington Center on 124.05. Preacherpilot 737. Atlanta Center, Preacherpilot737. Good afternoon. Climbing from flight level 210 to flight level 350.
Atlanta Center, Delta 2141, at flight level 370.
Washington Center, Preacherpilot737. Good afternoon. Climbing from flight level 210 to flight level 350.
Preacherpilot737, Washington Center, good afternoon.
Alright. Alright, we're currently at about 220, climbing to 350. We're 340 miles outside of JFK, and we are going to be beginning our descent and approach for runway 04 right, JFK today. Try to stay ahead of the airplane a little bit here. Let's see, selecting our approach now. Let's see, we've got LS runway 04 right. Nothing special there. Okay. I tell you what's nice about our approach is that it looks like we're going straight in. We're not going to have to make any transition turns, so we'll be going straight, lining straight up after our descent, coming off of camera. Right, that's a little bit of low visibility. I'm going to go ahead and check our altitude. You know what, I don't use this very much anymore because I use Navigraph so much, but let's go to AV-Tab, Airport, and we'll pull up KJFK. And what do we see? We see our elevation at JFK is 13 feet. 13 feet, okay? We're going in on the 04 right, which is, we knew that already, 109.50, and it has a course heading of 043, which that's not what we have. And the runway length is 8,405 feet. You know, all the runways at JFK are a little bit shorter than most airports. I don't know. Anyway, let's check our landing altitude. So the landing altitude here, this is just special for the 737, is set for 1340. So we got landing altitude set to 0 because the elevation is 13 feet, and this goes up in increments of 50. See, so closest would be 0. Okay. I really can't see a thing. I don't think anybody can. Outside. It's probably cheating, but I do this sometimes just to see where I am in the clouds. So that's where we are right now. We're kind of buried in some clouds there. A little bit of wind, but it hasn't been unbearable. Ooh. Take that back. So we've got almost like a cross tailwind going at 39 knots, 39 to 40 knots behind us. And that can really mess with our speed, I think. And we'll need to watch that, be kind of wary of it. Any of y'all have a preference? What's your favorite? I mean, I like the 7 when it comes to just easier to fly once you've like spent, you know, a little time on them. The 737-800 it's a lot more to do, keeps you busier in the cockpit, but I like it. And the A321neo made by Thales, I think is one of my favorite aircraft. Those two in particular. And then this new A320 that just came out, you'll find it on the forum, is I have not flown yet, but my understanding is that it's kind of like a copy paste from the A321neo. So I'm looking forward to, I'll probably end up with it eventually, but I just don't see any need to since I have the A321. And I have the Flight Factors A320. And if you've flown the A320, it's quirky. It has a lot of it. I haven't been really pleased with it, and it lands hard. It lands hard, but it's still. I'd rather be flying the Thales because I think I just like the interfaces better. On this flight right now, we are. Flying with say intentions for our air traffic. I think I do have it set to where it's giving a little bit more chatter in the background, but I really like it. The AI, you get spoiled by having a pilot monitoring co-pilot, but Brian, the AI, he does a great job, and he helps me to not have to constantly talk every time I cross over into a new airspace. And the flight attendants just an added submersion of our immersive kick. They have the flight attendants. And something I like too about Say Intentions is I have an AI mentor, and when she's active, like Millie, if I put her on channel 2, I can ask her anything about the 737-800, or for that matter, any aircraft that I'm in. She can answer my question. It's pretty amazing. I mean, just it makes it easier. I'm sure, you know, she's got the AI Google in front of her, but it helps, especially if you're more unfamiliar with a particular aircraft. She's been good to have, but also if you get in like an emergency situation, she can answer a lot of good questions quick. So it's been nice to have that. So I like Say Intentions. Now, Traffic Global, I've been using Traffic Global for about 3 months now, and I lean toward it more than I do World Traffic, and it really adds a new level of immersion. So planes, everything seem to respect your space, and I can make it as busy as I want, but I noticed my last flight with the old 12.3 update, it crashed or it froze up on me when I got near an airport, and I think it's related to Traffic Global. Right, we're near 350, and we're going to cut the passenger seatbelt sign off and let the people breathe. Although I will say the winds are a little bit unnerving right now. Oh goodness. Is that right? A 56 knot tailwind right now. It's crazy. Crazy. In any case, I'm going to put the seatbelt
Ladies
sign
and
on
gentlemen,
auto.
we have reached cruising altitude, and we will now begin our snack and drink service. Today we have some delightful options for you, including our tasty chicken salad wraps and a selection of refreshing beverages. After our service, we will also have articles from the Endeavour Air Shop available for purchase. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight. Dear guests, we have now reached a safe altitude, and you are welcome to use your electronic devices. The lavatories are available, and our cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your attention.
If you could remind them, if they're sitting in their seat, please tell them to keep their seat belts on.
Remind the passengers to keep their seatbelts on.
Preacherpilot737, expect the Cameron 5 arrival. Prepare to descend in roughly 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
Right, about 20 minutes will be
Cameron
descending.
5 arrival, preparing to descend in about 0 minutes. Preacherpilot737.
Preacherpilot737, expect the Cameron 5 arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes.
5 arrival expected. Awaiting descent instructions. Preacherpilot737.
I'm not sure what's going on with sometimes on Say Intentions. They'll redundantly do that. I don't know. Just a quirk or something. We're going to go ahead and run through some early kind of pre-checklist stuff. First of all, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to be going in with our brakes set to 2. We're also, let's see, brakes set to 2. And we can get a rough idea of our approach weight, which is going to be about 143,000, we'll say. 43, 1, 2, 3. And it has here a VREF, add 5 on VREF at a landing weight of 143. And I'm okay with that. Flaps will be set at 40 for arrival. And that one, well, that should be 30.04. Oh, I don't know what our arrival winds are yet. We'll get that in a minute. Let's go ahead and go to descent here. Our forecast, by the way, first of all, let's go ahead and put in 30.04 for QNH. And we're going to request our descent winds. Load. There we go. So it looks like it says here we're about 150 nautical miles outside of our top of descent. Okay. And our VREF, by the way, is flaps 40 at 142, meaning we're going to go in flaps 40 at 147. So we're going to add 5 to our setting, our VREF speed. Okay. This is cool. So once again, Bravo 737, a little Easter egg they put on my livery, because this is the lion and the lamb livery. Check that out on the winglet. There's a lamb. Isn't that cool? So you got the lamb there and the lion. Got it. that's right, we have a 59 knot tailwind right now. 59 knots. It's crazy. If anybody has any comments they'd like to make about the clouds, you feel free to leave a comment or a note. I'd love to read it, because I think it looks pretty good. There are times where it's still, there's some things that it does are kind of quirky, but overall I think it looks really good. They did a good job. And as much as those clouds to the out in the distance look like a wall, I've actually seen something like that more than once. So they did a pretty good job on it. Alright, we're 225 nautical miles outside of JFK, and like I said, we don't have much of a transition.
Captain, would you and First Officer Brian like anything to drink or a small snack? Just save the coffee supply so it's fresh and ready for you.
Coffee with half and half. Sounds great. Remember, I like a little bit of coffee with my cream.
Okay, Captain, I'll get you a coffee with half and half right away. Okay, Captain, I'll make sure to get you a coffee with a little bit of cream right away.
I don't think she got that. Yeah, I can't get everything. Out in the distance, if you'll look, we've got several planes. They have a American Airlines Frontier and a United, and I anticipate the airport to be busy. Even though I do have it kind of controlled, I don't want it too congested, but I think we'll probably see a lot of activity. Plug in for Traffic Global. Let's see, hold on, ABC. Traffic Global's got 18 aircraft active. Oh, that's cool. So there's an ABC camera for each plane that I can go back and look. It's not drawing fast enough. I noticed it's not drawing fast enough there on the, when I go to something. I don't know what I can do about that. I'll have to figure out if it just might be a nature of Traffic Global. I did notice this. So I had Traffic Global set at one point where there probably was 100 planes at one time, 119 planes all over the world, and it does take a little bit of your resources, but it still doesn't take a whole lot. And, but now I notice that I've got it way cut back, way throttled back. We got several, there's 4 planes I see out there. So we're monitoring our descent, and we're at about 86 miles from top of descent, and I'm going to go ahead and reset the altitude so it will give us the descent message and go when time comes. So I'm going to set this on about 5,000. I'll be ready to go. And yeah, we'll probably be descending in about 10 minutes. That tailwind is up to 62 knots right now. Where I'm seeing that, by the way, if it's right here. So winds are from 239 at 61 knots, and then it's got the direction, the wind direction there. So 177 miles outside of JFK. I will be shocked if we don't get some vectoring or some vectoring assistance.
Preacherpilot737, contact Washington Center on 133.9er.
Contacting Washington Center on 133.9er. Preacherpilot737.
Alright, I'm at the mercy of my instruments now because I could get disoriented.
Washington Center, Preacherpilot737.
Real easy here.
Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 350. Washington Center, Preacherpilot737. Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 350. Washington Center, Preacherpilot737, afternoon, maintaining flight level 350.
Preacherpilot737, Washington Center, good afternoon.
Ron, go ahead and get clearance to begin our descent on the camera on arrival. I want to see if we can go ahead and start our way down.
I'll request descent clearance on the camera and 5 arrival.
Washington Center, Preacherpilot737, requesting clearance to descend on the Cameron 5 arrival. Washington Center, Preacherpilot737 requesting clearance to descend on the Cameron 5 arrival.
Preacherpilot737 cleared Cameron 5 arrival into Kennedy. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 250.
Okay.
I hear you. 1 sec. Maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR, Preacherpilot737.
Descend now.
Preacherpilot737 cleared to descend via the Cameron 5 arrival. Maintain flight level 250.
Cleared to descend via the Cameron 5 arrival. Maintain flight level 250. Preacherpilot737.
Seatbelt signs on.
Preacherpilot737 radar contact. 54 miles southeast of Clements Creek Seaplane Base at flight level 350. Annapolis altimeter 299er. Descend and maintain flight level 330. Cleared direct Soma Sierra.
Thank you for your
Annapolis
cooperation.
altimeter 299er. Descend and maintain flight level 330. Cleared direct SIE. Preacherpilot737.
And we are direct to SIE now, so we're good. We already set for the right altimeter. Our anti-skid brakes are already set to 2. We've done everything that we need to for descent now, and we'll checklist things when we get closer to approach. And I can't see anything right now. So we're at about 255 knots right now. Slow descent into JFK. Pulling up the weather.
You have 18,000 feet. Temperature 25. Dew point 14. Altimeter 3000. Density altitude 1100 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information popping. Dover Air Force Base. Information popping. 1855 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 114. Wind 020 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, you have 18,000 feet. Temperature 25. Dew point 14. Altimeter 3000. Density altitude 1100 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information popping. Dover Air Force Base. Information. Height 1100 feet.
Brian, would you make sure we're on the right center frequency?
We're on the correct frequency, 133.9er with Washington Center.
I do like that about him. He actually give me a hand there. I use the Pocket Sky app. Pocket Sky. It is Say Intentions. It's a free app that you can use with your Say Intentions, which obviously is a subscription. And but it allows for you to pull up information. I've got all the frequencies at my fingertips here. All of my comms with ATC are all here. Like the last one we had was the Annapolis altimeter at 29er. It's all right here in my hand, and plus it's got the origins of my flight here. It's KGSO to KJFK. It's got my TAS, altitude, heading, everything. It's nice. In fact, it's got my most recent altitude, which is 290, and we're currently just dropping below 290. It's nice.
Ready for descent. United 2279, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Go ahead and put our frequencies from standby to active for approach. Anti-skid is set to 2. Speed very controlled. I like that. We're at about 256 knots. I think that has, and I noticed that our tailwind is starting to get weaker, which is good. We're about a 29 knot tailwind. We've been as high as 60, almost 68 knots. Going in that cloud in front of us. Alright, we're at 250. It's getting rough, right? You see that? an eye on that. Keep watching those instruments because you definitely can't tell, like, get your bearings looking out the window. Alright, we're 79 miles outside of JFK. JFK is a Nimbus airport, and it's really nice. Really nice. They did a great job on it. I'm ready to get out of this cloud. There we go. There we go. Come on. Easy. We are just skirting the worst weather, just barely. It looks like there on the map. Alright, 59 miles outside of JFK. At 18, we're almost at 180, so let's go ahead and switch over from standard. There we go. Altimeter's about 2000. 3000.
Formation popping. Dover Air Force Base, Information.
Wow, that looks nice. All right. Yeah, we're only 43 miles out. Looking good right now. So we're at a little spurt there on our speed. We're at about 290 knots, 200, almost 300 knots. Why were you picking up speed? I'm putting some brake on, speed brake.
Preacherpilot737, contact New York approach on 128.125.
Switching to New York approach on 128.125. Preacherpilot737.
Catch you.
Washington.
We'll be over water almost the whole rest of the way until we get to the final. We're about 3,000, and I'm going to go ahead and get landing minutes. We're 40 miles out. We've been rather quiet on Vector. Right. Little turn, little small turn there. Any aircraft carriers around here? Wow, that water looks really good. All right, keep going.
Captain, cabin is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into New York City.
All right,
Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seatbelts are fastened. Our today's parking is RON, parking overflow C. Thank you for your cooperation.
Delta Bravo, climb and maintain 5,500.
From the time we've left Greensboro, we're at 56 minutes. 56 minutes. have to be careful here about slowing down too soon, too fast, or because ATC usually will instruct you because they're trying to keep spacing between the aircraft. There's so many commercial airliners here. Really not happy with that speed. Come on, cut back. Come on, that speed cut back. I'm still at 293 knots right now, and I'm 19 miles from the airport actually, but we have a turn, but it just seems kind of fast, and we should not be exceeding 250 knots under 10,000, I would think, especially in this area. As soon as I get that under 250 knots, we'll go to flaps 1 and start to slow it down.
Again, they should. May I have please a frequency for visual approach?
JetBlue 47 Mike, you were not cleared into the Bravo airspace. Exit the Bravo immediately. Advise when ready to copy phone number for possible pilot deviation.
Running the Bravo airspace immediately. JetBlue 47 Mike.
JetBlue 47 Mike, roger.
Love you, baby.
Thousand to go.
Okay, flaps 1. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. Okay. We're 10 miles out. Flaps are down. We've captured the localizer. I think we are to the point where stable approach. Okay. What are you fussing at me for over here?
Feet stabilized, Mr. Preacherpilot7.
Okay. Alright, we're at 146. Throttle's mine. Alright. We're speeding up. Hold on. Slow down, slow down.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Nose is down. Alright, that was good. It was good. It felt good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New York City. Did you know that New York is home to the Statue of Liberty, a symbol of freedom and democracy? Also, the city never sleeps, offering countless attractions and activities at any hour. Thank you for flying with Endeavour Air. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Steve Good, First Officer Brian Song, and the entire crew, we wish you a wonderful stay here. The local time is 3:55 p.m. If you have a connection, please note the following flights. Flight 1234 to Los Angeles departs at 4:30 p.m. from Gate 12, and Flight 5678 to Miami departs at 4:45 p.m. from Gate 15.
All right. Bring brakes up. Ground services, GPU. Actually, I don't need a GPU. We're going to bring down the fuel. Ready to see a replay? Let's see one. Let's go watch what it looked like on the landing. Toggle replay. Okay.
Delta 511, something went wrong on this end and I wasn't able to do the math on the vectoring approach. This has been reported as a bug, but you'll need to get yourself to the approach fix.
Okay, this is JFK, runway 04 right. And there was some wind there, I think. Coming in the left side here, we'll be facing the hub, the terminal. And one last view. And hello from, wow, so y'all are getting rain down there in South Florida. um, any comments you have on the updates? I was curious. Descent, so yours was Descent. I can't say that I've really haven't seen anything buggy yet on. I just loaded maybe about 30 minutes before this flight. So you were able to land. This is not a default airport we're at right now. This is JFK Nimbus. This is a Nimbus JFK airport. Yeah, I guess it does. As quick as it rains, it gets sunny again, Antonia. Yeah, this is Nimbus, and do any of y'all have any of the Nimbus series airports? Because this is really nice. And no, it hasn't had any issues since I loaded it. But what I like about these Nimbus airports, I think would probably be the detail they put in it. Like this, what do they got? The old TWA museum at JFK here. But it's this kind of detail I love, where you can actually they do their homework and do the inside and the outside. You had to use the VS to descend. What aircraft were you in? I'll say this. Of course, you know say it, but this so far I came out of Greensboro, which is PTI, Piedmont Triad International. Didn't have any issues there, but it's a lot less frills airport. But it still looks pretty good. But my ascent, and on this one here, my descent, everything was fairly okay. Did you say 78? You meant that, Antonio? 787 Zebo with the new update? I was about to say if there is 787 out there, I'd be curious to go get it. I have the Mac. I think it's the Mac 787. But and haven't spent a lot of time on it. But it's seems like it wasn't a very expensive one, and the size of the file was kind of alarming because it was smaller. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out, Antonio. I'll have to check that particular aircraft out. Do you like it? Okay. I fly, or I, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so far on the update, I haven't seen anything completely out of sorts. Has anybody else seen anything? Or if you haven't, well, I don't know. I just got the notification to download it like 3 hours ago, so I'm assuming it hasn't been out for very long. But I haven't seen anything out of kilter. I'm a big Traffic Global guy. Love Traffic Global. And I will say that the Traffic Global, it seems to mess most with my Traffic Global, and they don't play well all the time. When I put the new update in, the one before the 12.3, but so far it's working. So you do like that one, okay? Yeah. And the 737 Max 8, yeah. I have to go give it a shot, give it a try. All right. Hey, well, I hope you guys have a good day. This I'm going to sign out from JFK, but I would say this: if I really wasn't reviewing just Nimbus, but if you're looking for good airports, the Nimbus, it does have a couple of bugs, too. Yeah. Well, for scenery, if you're looking for custom scenery, oh, you did? Yeah, Traffic Global. And by the way, there is an update. If you've bought it recently, you may have gotten it, but check and make sure you've got the latest version of it. I just loaded it 2 days ago, the latest. All right, take care, everybody. Have a good day.